I find the people that, let's say in school, I saw, and I know you did too, the kids that were always in the fights
Yeah,
had the hardest life that you never saw.
of course.
You know, the ones that were the bullies, the people that is, they are not getting something fulfilled at home.
That's hard for you to realize when you're their peer,
Oh, we
because
never
you're like,
see
why
it.
is this person being awful?
We never
and then,
see that.
Then you realize, oh, they had this. They were not winning, even if they were
Oh,
winning
yeah.
that fight. It sucked to be them
Yeah.
in every way.
Absolutely. And I've seen it. I can remember there was a kid in class who always fell asleep. And at that time of my life, I had no clue, you know,
Yeah.
what their world was. So I kind of like the
Sure.
dumb student, didn't make good grades. Now, you know, we both of our kids are at the ballpark together, and I know his whole backstory of like he was living house to house. Parents were gone. He just slept on friends' couches.
Right.
Terrible. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like
Right.
that's
Sure.
You talk about who really overcame,
Yeah.
who really had adversity. It wasn't me.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
him.
Sure.
You know, and so having that realization now as we get older, it's so much that principle that how I see it is the person you see is not the person you're talking to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always that inner dialogue, that inner conversation, that life that they have that you just don't know anything about.
Yeah. You said something once that struck with me. You said, the fastest way to lose a relationship is to win the argument.
Yeah.
And I think that's true also. It's like you're so intent on being right that you're willing to win this battle and then lose the war, right? And so there's something about conflict. Oh, look, are there some times where you should stand up for yourself and some things really worth fighting for?
Yeah.
Sure, but most things are probably not those things.
Right. You find that the issue that's stated is rarely the true issue.
Sure.
There's always something that is beneath that. Yeah, it's whenever you set out to win an argument, you will eventually, if you always set out to win it, you will lose that relationship.
Yeah.
Because it's the tug of war. It's if you're the person that always has to be right in every argument, every decision, and you fight to the death
Yeah.
on every element, nobody will want to be with you.
Yeah.
It's a very lonely place to be.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, being right doesn't keep you company. It's just not. It's not going to keep you warm at night.
Yeah, there's a Springsteen lyric I like. He says, "We fought so hard over nothing, we fought till nothing remained."
Yeah.
And it's like
That's
you
so
took
true.
something that was nothing, you turned it into something,
Right.
and then you reduced everything to nothing
Yeah.
in this thing that, you know, and you talk to people, they're like, why don't you speak to these people? What happened here? And they're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you don't even,
Yeah.
it's a thing you won't even remember.
Yeah.
But that intensity in the moment, so you're
Yes.
good at fighting, but bad at picking what to fight about.
Yes, you typically, we know, I mean, we're married. The biggest arguments come from the dumbest things.
Yes.
I mean, the dumbest
Yeah.
things. And that's where it gets you, where you go, you know what? No. That's what happens when we get in that argument. Something happens where we go, you know what? No. Now it's the principle of it.
Yes.
Like, as an attorney,
Yeah.
I'll definitely have these clients that come in and they want to do something. And I'm like, but what's it getting you?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have to
sure.
kind of have to set them down of, I understand it doesn't feel good. You need to see 3 years from now when you're in litigation
Yeah.
and you're in every deposition and you're having all this, how much is going to weigh on you at night?
Yeah.
So don't think about this now. I want you to think about the nights that
Yeah.
you're not going to be getting sleep, for the principle of it. So that for the principle of it, I think
That's
is
one of the
a
big
killer.
lies we tell ourselves, right? It's
You're
like
right.
generally unprincipled people
Yeah.
decide like, no, it's all about the principle.
Exactly.
In this one
You're
thing.
so right.
You know, it's not like you're not this saint
Yeah.
going through like I would never, anything like you're not making principled decisions day to day.
Yeah.
But then in some conflict, you're like, it's the principle. I got to show the world that this is not okay.
Exactly. Yeah. At some point, it gets into this where it goes south the quickest is where you go, you know what? I need to remind them who they're talking to.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that,
Yeah.
that mentality of, I don't know who you think you are.
Right.
As soon as you go down that road, you've lost. Like, you don't know it, but you've lost. You've certainly lost a chance to grow closer together with that person.
Well, you've lost any connection to rational
Yes.
sort of self-interest. You're
Right.
just there's something primal about like, hey, if I let people treat me this way, I'm going to end up murdered in my sleep. Like,
Yes.
like which we could understand in a tribal thing.
Sure.
In a world where we basically lived in gangs, the
Yeah.
sort of logic of a gang would be
Yeah.
inscribed in our DNA. But that's not the situation, and It's also a really bad way to live and
Well,
act.
it's a tiring way to live. But that's what happens in every conflict, every disagreement. If you told me, you know what, Jefferson, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
My body goes, hey, I didn't like that. Like without me even saying it, my brain and body go, we don't like that. We feel undermined. They're trying to attack you, hurt your credibility. And that's I feel threatened.
Yeah.
And so to attack that threat, I will either say something hurtful to fight you, or I'll say, you know what, forget it. I don't have to be here. And flight. I mean, it's just to get out of that. It's the same natural primal instinct that we have.